Ooh. Hello and welcome to Titanium Toss Tarot, and today I'll be doing a reading for Cancer, okay? So this is for anybody who has any placement of Cancer in their chart. If you do, great. If you don't, great as well. You probably have a message in here for you, so keep an ear out. And if you are a cross-watcher, I welcome you with open arms because heaven knows I was a cross-watcher for many a video myself, so I get you and I got you. Now, I will mention the decks I use as I use them, and if I don't, they will be in the description box below. And with that being said, my gorgeous and fellow Cancers, I have I have one placement of Cancer in my chart. Yes, I do. And with that being said, let's get into our cards. Okay. So, please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Cancers. Please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Cancers, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Cancers, please come forward and share what they should expect. Oh, the wheel, I love it. Yes. Well, this is the Wheel of Fortune in this deck. Yeah. With the World at the bottom of the deck. Whoa, cool. Awesome. So please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Cancers, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Cancers, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good. And you got the 6 of Winter. Nice. With the 3 of Spring. Oh. It's like, oh, that's so cute. It's not cute. It's awesome. Like a possum. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, so please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Cancers, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good. And you got the 9 of Autumn. Awesome. That is so cool. Ooh, you have the 3, the 6, and the 9. Well, you have the 6, the 3, and the 9. You also have the 10 and the 21. Both made... Okay. So you have both the 10 and the 21 who are major arcana. So it's like, it's getting from better. It's getting from good to better. Alright, then you have the 6 of Winter to the 3 of Spring to the 9 of Autumn. Which is awesome. You have the King of Autumn at the bottom of the deck with the 9 of Autumn, but we don't need to do that. So please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Cancers, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Cancers, please come forward and share. And you got the 10 of Autumn. Meh. With the Prince of Summer. Interesting. Okay. So, by the way, I use selenite on my decks to purify and cleanse them. So that was Radleigh Valentine, if I have not mentioned yet. Now this, the next deck I'm going to use to clarify, is the Brian Froud's Fairy Oracle. Alright, so please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Cancers, Please come forward and share why the wheel and the world are here for the first set. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has, I saw the bright mother, who has a message for my cancers. Please come forward and share why all these cards are here for the first set. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my cancers. And you have Pohariel of the Waters with an S, followed by the Oakman at the bottom of the deck. Then you got the Singer of Transfiguration and Ecstasis, both singers. Alright, the first cards, like up to like 11, 12, or 13 in this deck, I think, are all energy cards. Those are pure potential. It's awesome. Right? So, now for the second set, you have the Six of Winter and the Three of Spring. So please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my cancers, please come forward and share why all these cards are here for the first set. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my cancers, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides. And you got two. You got the Glenkener and the Gotcha. Surprise! Well, these two came out like this. I'll explain in a minute. I will. Then you got Oh That Gnome and Key of the Fairy Sword, which is yet again another, well, it's another energy card, but in the middle you see that there is an actual sword, which is an interesting image. Now the next thing you have is the Nine of Autumn. So please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my cancers, please come forward and share why the Nine of Autumn is here in the upright. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my cancers. And the next card is the Piper, Iris of the Rainbow, and the Fawn. I mean, I know this card, okay. I know this card is not an energy card because it's number 35, but it does look like pure energy. It also looks like an angel, even though what seems like the wings are actually, it's like its ears, and like this is like its mane, even though it looks like a chakra. It's pretty awesome. It could actually look like a being, but I guess it's supposed to be both. I'm thinking. In any case, I'm talking too much. Then you have the Bright Mother. So the Bright Mother was supposed to come out in this reading, which is awesome. And then you have Geo the Slow. And the Singer of Initiation. And the Undressing of a Salad. And the Fairy Godmother. And I will end that there for that set. Now for the fourth set, you have the Ten of Spring and the Prince of Summer. So please, angels and guides, anyone with the highest good who has a message for my cancers, please come forward and share why the Ten of Spring and the Prince of Summer are here in the upright. Please, angels and guides, anyone with the highest good who has a message for my cancers. And you got the Nellis the Alchemist. Little brain fart right there. With the Arval Parrot. And the Rar card. For some reason, while I was talking about the Fawn and the Key of the Fairy Sword, I was thinking of this card. This card is number 52. It is not in the same ballpark as like the 10s, the like 10 to the first few cards. It's not that, but to me it's a, I don't know what it looks like, but to me it makes me think of like an energetic like thing. It's kind of like the fawn. Kind of even if the fawn looks more energetic than the rar, but it makes me think of that. No, where was it? I guess. In any case, so my gorgeous Cancers, let me take a sip of tea and I'll get into your reading right now. Okay, so the first set of cards that we got is the Wheel, which is number 10, and the World, which is number 21. Number 21 is the last major arcana. Alright, just so you know. And it represents the completion of a cycle, is basically what it's saying. Now the Wheel, at the bottom of the card, it says, delays are over, sudden or unexpected good luck, a new car or travel. So things are moving in the right direction for you at this moment in time, my gorgeous Cancers. Yes, my gorgeous Cancers. That just made me think of Sacha Bonison, psychic medium. I think he lives in the UK. I listen to him a lot. It's really cool. I also love his energy. He's so adorable. Adorbs. Now, the next card, alright, is the World. Now, the World talks of a brilliant success, the freedom to go in any direction, a journey that is now complete. So, one is talking about you moving towards your success, and then the World is saying that you're completing your success. You're completing your cycle. So it's like you're in the last home stretch but that image gives you a different perspective. I feel like the image that's coming into my mind at this moment is well, I went to university and one of my teachers wrote a book. And her book was all about, which one was it? Transformation en U. Transformation in, the Transformation en U talks of it's talking of, it's a diagram that is in shape of a U, but which talks of the steps of transformation. So that was what I was getting as an image. Yes, it's the fact that this is what I envision, because there's a U, right? And so at the beginning of the U, which is towards your left, this is where things are normal and they start going down, when they hit the top part of the circular part of the U, right? And that is where things start going bad. And that's this whole, like, the circle, the half circle, all right, that makes the bottom of the U, is where you are in the most difficult position. That's where transformation actually occurs. Well, actually transformation occurs in the middle of the bottom part of the U, because that's where you're like, okay, I can't take this anymore, something has to change. And that's when it starts slowly but surely moving back up. And then there's like this whole other straight line of the U, which is you getting used to the new cycle and so on. You could even have, she could have added another circular part to the top and made it an oval, but that would not have been a transformation in U idea, because to complete the cycle, you'd have to have that little bit at the top and that bit would have been you noticing, you going from good to starting to go towards the less good and then going down. You know, I hope that my long-winded explanation made sense. So basically, this is you kind of reaching the top part. How do I say it? Okay, so the right of the U, you're going down. You're going up the U, right? So this is with the connecting bit, okay, which makes it into an oval. That is what I'm talking about. So, wait, I have to write this down. It's actually a book, but it's in French. Yeah. So let me know if you want to know more about it. Now, so that bit that would complete the oval, right? The top bit. So I saw what I envisioned was, well, what I'm imagining is that at the top of that second like oval bit, if it makes any sense. What am I? One moment, please. All right, so you've got the U like this, and then at this point, right before it goes here to make a complete oval, that is where you are. And so now you're going to go through the top part, which means that you're going to get to your success, and then you're gonna get to the other part of the U, which starts going down, and then that's when you made the change and you're sticking to the change, and then all of a sudden the change is no longer effective, and so that is when you're gonna need to make another change in order to, you know, to get over the next difficulty. I think I made myself, I dug myself in a hole. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. But basically this is saying that things are moving in the right direction, right? And so you're going to the top of the oval, all right? And then this is the actual top of the oval, and this is where you're like, yes, success, things are moving great. But at that point, you know, it slowly but surely goes back down. So as much as it's, yes, things are in the right, things are going good, it's just like, be careful, watch yourself before you harm yourself. Okay, be mindful of where you are. Yeah. Now the next card is Puhariel of the Waters. Now Puhariel of the Waters talks of emotions, serenity, meditation, and gracefully accepting change. So transformation, the whole idea of transformation in you is that, not in you like Y-O-U, but you as in the letter U, okay, is that there needs to be a change. Something has to shift in order for you to be able to get out of that slum, okay, and to be able to start a whole new cycle, which is basically the world in essence. Mind blown. In any case. Now the next card, alright, is the Oakman. Now the Oakman talks of strength, ancient wisdom, and depth. Right? These things you don't realize, you don't learn the first go around, so it's probably going to be like once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can even go to 9, 9. I don't know how many, you know, how many cycles you need. And like a year can be a cycle. Well, it is a cycle. It's an actual cycle, right? A year, a life, a month, a week, whatever. Right? A day, an hour, whatever your measurement of like period of time is. In any case, so being able to measure your transformations. I say I put an S at transformation because there's not just one transformation in a lifetime. There's multiple. Sorry. What you've learned through your many transformations, okay? And by the way, the body completely changes. Your entire body cells have changed at least once every 7 years, right? So at least once every 7 years, there's a complete newness to you. Okay. Now, where am I going with this? Where I'm going with this is that this is an ancient understanding that cycles of time have an effect on you. Yeah. And next card is the Singer of Transfiguration. And now the Singer of Transfiguration talks of transformation, transcendence, and metamorphosis. Now, all these things, alright, this is basically you. I was talking about transformation before with the change in you, with the letter U and whatnot. So this is just reaffirming the fact that you are transforming by means of the letter U, right? Yes, you are shifting and getting better. Now the next card is the Singer of Singer. It's not a singer. Well, it is a singer, but it doesn't have the name. It's ecstasis, which talks about ecstasy, joy, rapture, and motivation. You have completed a cycle. You have gone to this understanding that everything that happens in your life is meant to help you grow and expand. And once you get that under wraps, nothing, and I repeat, nothing can stop you. Don't stop me now, I'm having such a good time, I'm having a good ball. Don't stop me now, I'm having such a good time. Just give me a call, don't stop me now. Don't stop me now, don't wanna stop at all. Na 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 na. Running through the sky, yeah. 200 degrees, that's why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit. You call me light, I'm gonna make a supersonic man out of you. Don't stop me now. Okay, I'm breaking out into song. Now, the second set, alright, starts with the 6 of winter and moves on to 3 of spring. Now, the 6 of winter talks of positive changes are on their way, a welcome relief from troubled times, traveling or relocating. This is the 6 of swords. Okay, and the 6 of swords talks of moving from choppy waters to calmer waters, which is amazing. Things are coming down, because you have not only learned that things calm down with completion of a cycle, but because of also the fact that you have tapped into your ecstasy, your joy, your rapture, and your motivation. Next, you got the 3 of spring. Now, the 3 of spring is the 3 of wands. Okay? Now, it talks of plan your next steps with an eye to the long term. Have patience. There are more good things to come. Satisfaction from a job well done. Yeah. Things are moving in the right direction because you found what it is you love to do and you're doing it. Just awesome. Possum. Awesome possum. Yes. Now, the first card clarifying it is the Glankener. Now, the Glankener does talk of illusions, delusions, lust, projection, which means that until you found what you love to do, until you were able to move out of choppy waters, you were going through the motions of the ocean, and you're like, oh no, you had motion sickness and all that stuff, and you're like, oh, please make it stop. And then you got to your 3 of springs, and that's when you had clear sight. You had clear sight as to what it is you wanted to do. And that's when you got gotcha. Now gotcha talks of sudden shock, unexpected event, rude awakening. Something surprised you. I guess this thing that you love to do, that thing that you love to do, you were surprised you can actually monetize it. It was like, whoa, mind blown. So many mind-blowing moments, I had no idea. Next, you have the Oh That Gnome card. Now, Oh That Gnome, okay, talks of trickster, creative chaos, wild gifts, breaking of patterns and habits. So I feel like you finding that thing that you love to do, like really love to do, okay, allowed you to tap into like your happy place, and your happy place helped you break a pattern and a habit that really was keeping you in a low vibe. Okay. Now the next card is He of the Fairy Sword. Now He of the Fairy Sword, alright, talks of active principles, spiritual will, justice, protection. So whilst making this change, I don't know why I said whilst, I find it cool. While making this change, alright, you will be completely protected. So no worries, things will be good for y'alls. Okay? Now, don't stop me now, I'm having such a good time, I'm having a ball, don't stop me now, yes, I'm having such a good time, just give me a call, don't stop me now, don't stop me now, don't stop me now, I don't want to stop at all. That was like one don't stop me now extra. I'm gonna add that. Don't stop me now. No. Alright, so the next set, for the third set, you have the 9 at bottom. Now the 9 represents completions. Yes. Because that is what completes a dozen. Brain fart. That completes a dozen, right? You start with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then you move on to the next dozen, which is 10, not 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and you get the gist of it, right? So 9s are completion. The dozen starts with 0 and ends with 9, even though 0 was only invented afterwards. But anyway, don't mind me. So the 9 of autumn talks of reward yourself for all your hard work, being happily and successfully self-employed, cherishing your time alone. Yeah. Good. She's good. Yeah. So you have completed this is basically saying that you have completed a cycle. You are manifesting what you want. You're happily, successfully self-employed, probably single at this point because you're concentrating on your money, your moolah. Yeah, you're good. You're good. You're content. You're happy. And you know what? Clap your hands. I make no sense at this point. Now, the first card clarifying it is the Piper. Now, the Piper, alright, talks of music, order, harmony, seduction, and empathy. Yes. You are seduced by the idea of making moolah, or at least of amassing material wealth at the moment. you're just being you, you're doing you, and you are loving it, which is great. Okay. Then you have Iris of the Rainbow. Now, Iris talks of hope and promise for the future. So, you are, well, like you're busy and you love doing what you're doing and you're looking towards a future with hope and optimism, which is great. I mean, there's another card that talks of that, but you're looking towards the future with hope and optimism because you have a promise that you're like, yes, that is mine. Yes. Now, next card is the Bright Mother. Now, the Bright Mother talks of creativity, nurturing, productivity, intimacy, and sheltering. So, right? So, basically, at this point, you are seduced with this idea. You are taking care of yourself and you are looking to the future with hope and optimism because you are working on something you love and you're happy and you know it, so you're clapping your hands and you are constantly remembering that you need to take care of yourself so that your project could grow and prosper. Because if you don't take care of you, what is going to take care of your project? No one, nothing, right? Same principle. When you're a parent, it's the same idea. Your project being your child, you know? Or a plant, or a pet, what have you. If you're not good, how can you take care of them? You can't. So, next you have Geo the Slow. Now, Geo the Slow, alright, talks of cycles of time, slowness, patience, waiting. Now, I feel like the only reason why you have waiting is that I feel like this I did say this is not your first go around with the world card, but I feel like in this specific thing, it is your first go around. So it might take a little bit of time to figure out what it is you need to do in order to maintain, right? So, like, it isn't your first go-around. So now you get a little success. But it is your first go-around in being successful. So, it's going to take some time in order for all of it to sink in. And so, if you win something and then automatically lose it, don't be surprised. That is normal. It's what happens when you're not used to the new energies. You know, because it's a whole new cycle. Being successful is a new cycle. When you come out of being unsuccessful into being successful and there not being a buffer period, alright, it's kind of like you lose it quickly because you don't have the right mindset in order to keep the momentum going. But that momentum, because you achieved that success the first time around, so now you've succeeded it. Now you know how to reproduce it. You just have to go with the motion of like, alright, so this is what happens when I get out of that high or that elevated state of vibration or that elevated state of like frame of mind. And so I get out of it and then I go back down to I do the whole circle again, but then when I get back up, this time I know how it happens. So this time I'll be more attentive to what I'm doing, and so now you'll stay more in the top part of the oval that I was talking about. I hope I'm being clear, and I hope my imagery has been helpful, because I'm very understanding that this is very theoretical explanations. We're not in class, I know, I'm sorry. Next you have the Faun. Now the Faun talks of understanding the nature of nature, natural wisdom, natural magic. What did I tell you? The cycles of time. You being able to understand how the cycle of success works. The transformation in you. Not in you, but with the letter U. I should actually mention the letter U in the way I explained it. I'm gonna tag my teacher. I love her. She's an awesome teacher. I love her. I love my first university teacher. I adore her. In any case, so you're understanding how the success cycle works, okay? And so next time around, you're going to be more understanding of how it works, and you'll be more attentive to staying within it, all right? Now the success cycle, okay, is applicable to anything. It's applicable to relationships, to money, to friendships, to academics, to food, to whatever you want. So once you understand how the success cycle works, you'll be set, okay, to succeed in whatever you want, because you'll know what the markers are and what you should be paying attention to. And that's when you have the singer of initiation. Now, the singer of the singer of initiation, okay, talks of passage through trial, triumph, new level. So you have gone through difficult cycles, you've learned about your cycle of success, and now you can triumphantly succeed more often because you know how this level works. You have gotten into the next level of success, of recreating success, because you know how your success pattern is. Okay? Very cool. I'm going to write that down too. Understanding I'll figure it out later. Understanding your success pattern. Okay. Next, you have the undressing with salad. Now, this is so interesting because the undressing of a salad okay, talks of balance, avoid extremes, achieving the impossible, being impossible. Okay? Now, for most of the population, okay, this is a fool's errand. This is a fool's errand. Why am I going to be perfect? I can't be perfect. And just so you know, perfection lies in imperfection. Perfection lies in imperfection. Have you seen fractals? They look like shit at some point, okay? They look ugly as hell. But if you wait just a little bit longer, they'll start looking beautiful again, and then they'll start looking ugly again, and then they'll start looking beautiful again, and start looking beautiful again. Ugly, beautiful, ugly, beautiful. That is how it works. And I'm being very holistic at this point in time. I'm sorry. Everything is connected. Don't mind me. So basically, all of this, the fact that you have succeeded to understanding how your success cycle works will make you seem impossible and be impossible in the same stroke. To others, they won't get you. How did you get there? How? Right? But you know how you got there. They don't need to know how you got there because they won't get it. And that's just their cycle. And you can't really force someone to not be in their cycle. You can't force anyone to get out of their cycle. If you know what I mean. Okay? You can't force anyone. What is it? You can take someone to the water, but you can't force them to drink. Something along those lines. You can't take the horse to water, but you can't make it drink or something. And you know that I feel like others are going to feel like this is like a wish. This is different. Okay, because the fairy godmother talks of gifts, talents, grace, and helpful lessons. So to the general population who thinks that you are someone who is undressing a salad, basically you're an alchemist. Right? I'm thinking of an alchemist because you being able to undress the salad means that you can also take out all the tastes from the salad, from the dressing, which, by the way, is practically impossible. And you need to be a chemist in order to do that. But even then, chemists can't take out like blends of stuff. Because once something has seeped into something else, it's extremely difficult to take it out. In any case, I digress. So other people think that you made a wish and you made it come true. And so that's why they're like, this is like, I don't see how this can happen. How is it possible? What did you do? And da-da-da-da, right? They just don't know. But you know it was a helpful lesson. They think it was just a wish granted, that you didn't need to do anything. But they didn't see all the steps that lead you to where you are right now. And generally, they will not ask you how you did it, so you won't be able to tell them, well, it was actually a helpful lesson. I actually listened to all the steps that I have to go through. And so I listened to my angels and guides and what they were telling me, and that's how I learned, and that is how I grew as a soul, right? They don't see the struggle. They don't see the 10 of Wands, 10 of Spring, which is the 10 of Wands in this deck. Okay, so it says, ask for help from others. All work and no play, being weighed down by too many responsibilities. People don't see how you got yourself out of it. They don't. They just see the end result. Right? Well, I just had... When I pulled this card out, when I pulled these two cards out, I had a completely other idea in mind. But now I'm just like, woo! Spirit's taking me down a completely different path. Alright, so this is not... People see your beginning and they see your end result. They don't see the hard toil, difficulty you had to go through during your transformation. They don't. They just think that you just... all of a sudden one day just hatched perfect. But you didn't. You had to toil through a ton of trouble, right? Come on, people. Shit needs to happen for stuff to transform. I'm just saying. Alright? So now I'm thinking of me. That's why I'm laughing. But because I have Cancer in my chart. But at the end of your transformation, you are going to seem like the Prince of Summer. Okay? Now, the Prince of Summer is a romantic, captivating, dramatic, and flirtatious individual. Right? Now, I only look that way because I have Leo in my chart. I'm very exuberant and I'm very expressive and all that. Actually, my Leo is rising. I'm Leo rising. Talar, grammatical sentences, please. So that's why I look so exuberant and so lively and so, oh my god, you know, all that stuff. And so attractive and whatnot. So, now at the bottom of the card it says, falling in love suddenly, being swept off your feet, the need to stay grounded during a very emotional experience. So basically, once this transformation has taken place, what I'm seeing is that people don't take you seriously because you don't look like you're serious. You don't look like you know what you're talking about. They just see you as this frivolous, I'm guessing me, they see you as this frivolous, fun-loving, and not so very serious individual. So they're not going to listen to you because I'm referring to me. And so if you don't resonate at this part, it's fine. But they wouldn't resonate with me because I'm not very serious. But, you know, they don't understand. They'll generally not understand how I can be so frivolous and be so abundant. in a sense. Like, I feel it. It's coming. It's on its way. You know, how can I be so frivolous and yet be so abundant? But instead of asking, they'll just be like, something's off. And they'll look at me weird. And they won't ask. And the mystery will continue. I don't know if this made any sense. But yeah. So basically, people won't see the difficulties you have to go through before your transformation. All they see is the beginning and after. That's generally what happens. And what they'll see the beginning when you had a difficulty, like tons of difficulty, and then so they see you with your 10 of spring, which is you going through difficulty and more difficulty and more difficulty, and then they'll see you as a prince of summer, completely frivolous and not really expecting much, not really doing much in life, and really loving life and being exuberant and being like frivolous and blah blah blah, right? Like going from one extreme to the other. And they won't understand how you did that transition, and then they just won't, and they won't ask questions. But then they'll wonder, why are they so abundant? Why? What did they do? But they probably will never ask, because they see you as being very frivolous, and so they're like, okay, so if they're frivolous, at some point this is gonna like end. But let me just tell you, if you are in this mode and if you create abundance by being happy, all right, it's gonna continue. So don't worry. They're just second guessing how effective your method is and how long it'll last, until you put an end to it by showing them that it'll last forever, because you are in the right frame of mind, you know? All right, so the first card clarifying it is Nellis the Alchemist. Now Nellis, all right, talks of inner transformation, irrevocable change. And that is why, my friends, that is why you are now in the top seat, because you transformed from inside out. And that is what people don't understand. Transformation, for it to be long lasting, needs to come from the inside out. Once that happens, you're set for life. Yay! Awesomeness! Next you have Arvel Parrot. Now, Arvel Parrot talks of communication. So, just an idea, okay, if you are like, okay, how can I transform myself from the inside out? Communicate to yourself. Communicate to your higher self. Reprogram yourself through constant repetition. And I know Chris Duncan doesn't really like affirmations, but affirmations attached with the feelings you want to create helps you get to somewhere. Now I have to preface whatever. You understand what I mean. I have to thing this by saying that it took me a couple of years to get a handle on my affirmations. And sometimes I'd start and then I'd stop and then I'd start and then I'd stop, until at some point I had started and stopped enough times for it to really sink in and to really for me to really start seeing a difference, you know? So if you're not ready to put in the effort, and if you're not ready to wait, I don't suggest you try this. But if you do, buckle up. It's gonna be a bumpy ride, and it's gonna take a little bit of time. So, because you're reprogramming your mind. Let me just say this: if you stick to it for 2 whole months, you will see a transformation. 2 months, okay? Generally, they say that you will create a shift in 1 month, but that shift will not be ingrained within you until 2 months. So you need to keep on doing a same thing over and over again, cyclical, repetitive way for 2 months, in order for it to become your second nature, in order for it to become your new coding, in order for it to be drilled in your mind. Excuse for that image. Next, you have the Rar card. Now, the Rar card, alright, talks of wild energy, pure potential. I feel like when you start your affirmations, and I'm just using affirmations, it could be anything, any new habit. It could be it'll be wild energy, because it could be erratic. You can start one day, start in a minute, finish in another minute, and start one day, forget to do it the next, and blah, blah, blah. No, it'll be erratically doing it. When I start a new cycle, when I start a new habit, this is what happens. It takes me a while to get into to get used to it. Okay? But then once you get used to this new cycle, it will be pure potential. Pure potential. Pure potential. Pure. I'm in a good mood. Yes, I'm happy. Yeah, because I ended my 48-hour fast yesterday, and I'm actually pretty good. And I'm still great, and that is a good thing. Yes. Alright, so my gorgeous and fellow Cancers, that is all that I have for you guys this week. If you like this, and if you'd like me to go deeper into your specific situation, please contact me at the email in the box below, and it'll be my pleasure to assist. In that same box, you'll find a little description of this video and my prize. Now, like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell to be notified when I post new stuff, as well as leaving me a comment. And with that, leaving me a comment, because I love comments. I read them all. I might not answer all of them, but I absolutely read them all. And with that being said, my gorgeous and fellow Cancers, I wish you guys all a very good week, and I'll see you next time, okay? Bye!